Shiba Inu security breach. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. So glad to have you guys here today. Shiba Inu security breach. That is what we're going to be talking about for today's news article headline. We have a great video for you today. We're going to be jumping into the crypto news, all of the entire crypto ecosystem, Shiba Inu specific news. In fact, this specific article, big deal for Shiba Inu holders and SHIB Army. Before that, we are also going to be jumping into the Shiba Inu charts. We're going to look at the weekly, the daily, and also the 4-hour. And just like we talked about yesterday, Shiba Inu full mooning. All right, so we are already starting the pump. Is this the full moon pump that we were talking about? We're going to dive into that today as well. We have a great video for you. And hey, if you're new here, my name is Ryan Huggins, and I'm a real estate agent here in Orange County, California. And I'm also a crypto and real estate investor. And my job is to help be your crypto shortcut. Because if you're like most people, you don't have hours a day to read all of these articles, go through every headline, and also watch hours of YouTube channels and charts and everything like that. Well, I do, because that is my job, and I bring that information to you. So if you're looking for a crypto shortcut, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. Also smash that thumbs up. All right, so here we are on the Shiba Inu daily charts, and we're going to start here first, and then we'll jump over to the actual article. So I just wanted to kind of really hit on this for just a moment before getting the article, because the article is a very major deal. But this is really exciting. We're up 5.65% today on the daily chart. As you can see, we ran up even more. I mean, in reality, we had a really nice pump. Let's see, what was it at the peak of its top from the bottom of today's candle to the top of today's candle? It was all the way up to 14% to the upside today on this candle, which this candle does come to an end here in 1 hour, 32 minutes. And we're getting super close to flipping this sell signal into a buy signal. You can see last time we went red, turned purple. This one gave a quick buy signal right now because that volume did not remain. And then also, and again, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just an indicator that I bought. And it's the one that says buy or sell. And by the way, do not buy or sell anything because an indicator tells you, or because an influencer tells you, or anything like that. I am not a financial advisor. I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell anything. In fact, anything I'm ever talking about on this channel is strictly dealing with paper trading, not real live money accounts, just paper trading. So just keep that in mind when you're doing anything with indicators. I just really like this one, and I have taken one real trade with the indicator, which was pretty exciting. It did actually play out for me, so that was cool. But yes, I bought this. It is called Lux Algo. You can go check it out if you want. But anyway, right now it's still in that daily sell signal. And let's go ahead and double check here, because I want to make sure the Lux Algo premium indicator, let's get this out of the way. And then we want to make sure that the settings are reset to default, and they are. Okay, good. Just making sure of that. And then we're also going to jump over here now to the 4-hour version of the chart. And you can see with today, that massive push, we did get a quick buy signal here. What's interesting here, let's also do this. Let's go settings. And there's a cool little thing they have, take profit and stop loss. You can turn that on as well. So let's click that on. So it's got a stop loss indicator down here, quad 0, 1145. And then it hit TP1, as you can see. And then TP2, the top of TP2 is all the way up at quad 0, 1142. So anyway, just wanted to start there. Now let's go ahead and clear off the charts. Actually, let's get into this article before we come back and do all the charting. We got some really important stuff to cover in the charts today. I did want to show you this also real quick, the daily chart or the weekly chart. We have 2 days, 2 hours left in that weekly chart. It's coming to a doji candle now. With the pump today, it unfortunately had a retrace. So no major movement here for any way of deciding if it's going to go up or down. In reality, it's we started that pump last week, and then this week it's kind of dying out. Obviously, with Bitcoin having that massive pump today, phenomenal, 10% on the day. That was pretty exciting. But let's read this article. Let's go through it, talk about this Shiba Inu security breach, and then we'll come back over here and we'll deep dive into the charts. Shiba Inu team leaked AWS credentials in August. So this was back in August, which was not too long ago. And that's Amazon Web Services credentials. So any major corporation that's building any real software is typically using Amazon Web Services. In fact, for those of you guys that are aware, we have launched our own software business in a box called Bull Runners Club, where it gives you a full entire system that you can use to build websites, to build subscription services, to build really anything online. It does it all, and it's all in one place, which is exciting. We are also built on Amazon Web Services, and every major Fortune 500 really uses this. So that's normal to have it. But what happened here is their credentials, their information that could have led to a massive hack of all of the Shiba Inu ecosystem was leaked. And the data leak could have opened up the ecosystem to serious security breaches, researchers say. The team behind Shiba Inu, Shiba, reportedly leaked its Amazon Web Services credentials for more than 2 days in August. So Shiba Inu quietly leaked key credentials last month. Security firm PingSafe published a report on September 8th detailing its findings. It said that on August 22nd, so just like a week ago, it discovered that a commit in Shiba's public GitHub repository displayed credentials related to the project's Amazon Web Services account. The leak included several pieces of data, including Amazon Web Access Key and the Amazon Web Secret Key, two environment variables that allow scripts to access an AWS account. In this case, the affected code was part of a shell script used to run validator nodes for Shiba Inu's new layer 2 network, Shibarium. So it's interesting because when it comes to software and developers and things of that nature, you could imagine, right? You log in, you go to work, you're putting in all this crazy amount of work into Shibarium for hours. You probably set up some sort of system for logging in to make it simple, maybe like how you might copy and paste on Word document or something. But they left it out in the open, which was really, really crazy while they're working on it. Maybe they got tired, they just forgot to close it out when they were out there. But PingSafe said that this error severely exposed the company's Amazon Web Services account and could have led to security breaches such as theft of funds, embezzlement, and service disruptions. PingSafe added that they attempted to contact Shiba Inu and various developers over email and social networks to inform them of the risk, but did not receive a response. The security firm also tried to find a bug bounty program or a responsible disclosure policy, but found no means of reporting the issue. So this is pretty scary by the way, huge shout out to PingSafe for doing this and being nice about it. And, they could have told some other friend, a black hat hacker or something like that, could have really attacked the system, or they could have even been a white hacker where they go in and attack it on purpose, and then they give the money back on the back end just to show them, hey, you need to freaking tighten up your game. And for Shiba Army, all of us, this is a big deal. So hopefully we can find out what ended up happening. How did they close the hole? And what are they going to do going forward? So the leak is no longer a risk as the credentials became invalid after 2 days. The Shiba Inu team has also deleted the commit containing the leak following PingSafe's report, and more recent code commits do not contain the leaked data. So at least they've tied up the back end at this point. Shiba Inu has not been a major target for attacks. However, broader attacks have been seen the coin stolen. Shiba Inu was one asset stolen in the $611 million attack on the Poly network 1 year ago, while an attack on Bitmart in December saw $32 million of Shiba Inu tokens stolen. And that wasn't any infiltration into Shiba Inu. They infiltrated the Poly network and stole basically every token that was there. And they also infiltrated Bitmart and stole everything out of the system that they could, including lots of Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is currently the 12th largest cryptocurrency by market cap, boasting a cap rate of $7.5 billion. And if you guys watched yesterday's video, it wasn't even that much. So it's already grown in 1 day. And at the time of writing this piece, the author of this piece owned BTC, ETH, and other cryptos. So full disclosure there. Obviously, we've already talked about this is not financial advice. We're not shilling a coin. We're just covering the news here. So do not buy or sell anything just because we cover it here on the channel. So pretty crazy leaked document information here for Shiba Inu. Now let's jump into the charts, take a look at what's going on. Good news for all of, I mean, this is all really good news. One, there was a massive leak credential situation that did not result in a crash or any nefarious activities against Shiba Inu. Thank you to PingSafe for letting everyone know that that was out there after the fact, not putting it out public when people could have just gotten their greedy hands in there. And then also good news because the crypto markets are pumping. We do have the new full moon tonight or tomorrow night, actually. Tonight's the 9th. So some of you guys will be experiencing it here soon, switching over to the 10th, but that would be actually tomorrow's full moon. Those of you on the other side of the country will experience it a little earlier than us. And like I've said before, let's go to the charts. So we go to the daily and then we look at moon phases here. And now this played out very interestingly too, because like, for example, I was talking about this. So tonight we'll get a new potential signal here and it comes on the 4-hour charts first. But like, for example, if you go to some of the stock stuff like SPY, and if you guys remember the full moon, or it was a new moon. Our last moon cycle was a new moon, okay? And the new moon happened on the weekend. It was Saturday. But the Friday before that Saturday, boom, the new moon push to the downside had already started. Same thing happened essentially this week with today. I mean, it's been pumping for the last 2 days. The stock market's having a good turnaround. It did breach one of our 1-hour signs. And then this is our, for those of you guys that might be playing stocks too, or indices and trading options, whatever, the daily supply and demand zones up here at 414. So if that returns up there, that would be pretty positive. But anyway, the new moon sign signal for a full moon is going to pop out here. And you can see here a full moon pushed up there for a couple of days before a crash. A full moon pushed up heavy there when that one made a turn there, which was good. Full moon took a couple of days, but then the pump. So that does happen. Look at this. New moon pushed down, new moon pushed down, new moon slight push down, but then rallied. New moon here pushed down. So the moon cycles do they do come into play frequently. It's not 100%, but like, for example, on Bitcoin here, you'll see that there was a new moon we pushed down, right? There was a full moon, the last full moon, which was a month ago. It was pushed up for a couple of days, but it did run into a massive resistance. And I do see that being a really big place for Bitcoin going forward. And we'll cover that here in just a couple minutes. But looking forward to seeing what happens and the follow push to the upside for all cryptos, all stocks. Like, I'm bullish bias. I love to see stuff go up, but you can make money in both ways. In fact, look at this. Last time we had a full moon, it took 2 days before an explosion there. We've got a little bit of a teaser already here today. So that was a good pump. We'll find out what happens tomorrow. Can we keep that momentum going? And the one thing that's actually got me a little bit excited, and I talk about this all the time, is the fair value gap. Right. So we had this really awesome pump on everything. And this bothers me a little bit for Bitcoin because of what could potentially happen. But as we can see here, the price pushed up really hard on these 4-hour candles. 1, 2, 3 candle pushes on the 4-hour candles, leaving a massive fair value gap. In fact, when it peaked out, when it was up here, let's look at the 1-hour. When it made this massive run up here, I was like, oh, dang, there's going to be a massive imbalance. And sure enough, it's already come down. So this one popped off last night, 1 a.m. in the morning Pacific time, started coming back down, filling the gap, right? So here, watch this replay. Let's go to here and let's watch this play out. So obviously this played out, boom, and then we push the play button. There's a fair value gap. It went and filled all of it. You can see what it actually turned the fair value gap off because it did go and fill it. There's a fair value gap right there. Filled it. It does not. The markets do not like fair value gaps, especially on the 4-hour. We do have these 4-hour gaps to the downside that did happen Of course, this was that 1 o'clock candle when the real push happened, but there's still some stuff down here that could come out and clean that up. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that there, get rid of that there, and then we'll cover moon phases later. But let's get into the breakdown of the charts, and let's look and see where we're going. So first and foremost, let's jump to the Heikin-Ashi candles. We are going to flip to the daily candles, and we're going to take a look at what did we talk about yesterday. All right, so yesterday we talked about this candle being a massive candle for us. This one's on the daily charts, so this one is going to be yellow. All right, and sure enough, because remember we said it's trading inside of that daily range, but here's what's really cool. It broke out of that daily range today, but look at that. Boom. These Heikin-Ashi supply and demand zones are so powerful. So it's down there again, unfortunately. And our next move to the upside gets us to here on the daily charts. All right, so these are our two daily charts back to Japanese candlesticks. You can see it poked in there a little bit. So you all know what that means, right? So if it didn't get to the top of the daily, there's going to be a smaller time frame supply and demand zone that it hits. So let's jump to the 4-hour charts. Let's go back in history and let's see. Here's the 4-hour candle before the down move. We'll pull this one. Now there's one here also, but we always go to the most recent one first. And this is going to be red for the 4-hour charts. We're going to fill that in red and look where that thing hit. Hit right inside of there. In fact, let's deep dive it a little bit more. So let's jump down here to the 1-hour charts. All right. So let's see here. The last red candle before the down move. That gets us right to this guy. Let's just delete that. We'll get, this is the last red candle before the down move. Boom. Let's see if it hit that. In fact, look at this too. The top of this one was the bottom of that candle. So that's interesting. Where did that one get to? Wabam! Right? So exactly pinpoint accuracy. That's why I always like to zoom out and then work my way down and find a spot where we could be headed. So I know we talked about that yesterday. That was an important key level zone there on that 4-hour candle. Now, the good news is there's levels. There's levels to this ish, right? The next level is going to be here. We need to break that. And then we need to break that. And then once we break those, the good news is, so that was quad 0, 1404, 1408. They're really close to each other in that range. But once we break that, look at where the next level is. It's all the way, the top of the top level is all the way up there at quad 0, 1486. Quad 0, 1486. And that's also a historical level here that we've seen before. So that would be putting us on this candle here. Look at where that one got us. Remember, that came back and tested that. But what's really exciting, and this is really good news, because once we break that level, the top of that peak area gets us on our way on the 4-hour level here up to, look at this. This is exciting. Quad 0, 1595. So basically quad 0, 16. Quad 0, 16. So when we're doing our charting here and we're looking at, okay, let's go back to Japanese candlesticks and let's look at the excitement. If we're having a potential, a bear market rally here, let's go ahead and flip to the weekly candles, because it makes more sense that this could be a bear market rally. Because look, we had what we would consider our bottom. If that's the bottom forever, it's still to be told. I still personally think we're going to see a lower low before the end of the year. But right now, who cares? Let's just say that's the bottom. That's very exciting. Let's go ahead and put a horizontal line on the bottom. All right, so that's a quad 0, 71, or that's 50715, 50715. So that's the bottom. What's good news is now we have a new level that is going to be considered a new higher high, right? Our first high, because we had all these little tiny ones. This is our first high print, which is a good thing. So now what we're looking for, if this hopefully will be considered our new higher low. Okay, so this was our low. It's our new higher low. What does that mean? For all of you guys out there that know how to chart and everything, you already know. That means we should potentially bust through here and then we would make a new higher high. If that happens, we're talking new market structure change. We're talking definitely way more of a possibility of coming back up into a range like here, which is our weekly supply and demand zone. And I'm just being, this is the optimistic side of things I'm talking about here. How about a quad 02350? Be exciting, right? So let's go back to Japanese candlesticks. Let's get our measuring tool out and let's talk about some levels. So right now we are at this level right here. Now, this is an interesting level. We are running into a little bit of, oh, that's the wrong tool. So this is an interesting level, right? Because look at what we've had in the past. And this was a level that we had to break in the past. And so it's this candle body, this wick, and now this wick, right? All of these right here. So we're just going to put this right here and we're going to call that. Now, the top of that body is quad 01307. We'll just leave it there. But quad 013, we've talked about that level so many times. In fact, back here, this, like the day before the explosion, the title of the video was quad 013, right? We talked about how important that level was. So now we have a high, we have a new higher low because this was a low 1, low 2. Are we going to be able to make that move to the upside? That's what the key level is. Well, first off, we have to break and like solidly close. Like this was a break and close. Unfortunately, we lost the level, right? Came back down, lost the level. Now we're trying to penetrate that level again. We're still losing the battle. You can see we got over it. The bears step back in, brought us all the way back into our daily supply and demand box, which is also below our breakout level of quad 013. And then we also talked about, so if we go back in history, remember this candle, the body broke through, but another solid body, and this is only on the 1 hour chart here. The body, we did not get a green candle close there, which would have given us confirmation that it did regain that level. Unfortunately, we have not. Same thing here, right? We broke, it came and tested, tried to go again and survive, but it broke the level. So we lost the level again. We have not claimed that level. We want to see a run out of that level, maybe tap it a couple of times, then make the move up here. Our current super resistance level is here. Obviously, it's at quad 01392. So from where we're at right now in price, we make a move up to those levels again, where it just ran to. That's 7% move to the upside. Really exciting. Okay, then we get to these levels here, which are break levels that we need to break to get us to our next supply and demand zone. Now we're at 14% growth. Okay, but then that gives us more resistance break levels here. And this is where we're trying to go to. How about a 23% run? I mean, we look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin did 10% today, and Bitcoin never, well, not never, but very rarely has, you know, a plus 5% day. This one being 10% to the upside. Usually if it has a 5% or larger day, it's to the downside just because there's liquidations. There was a nice big giant squeeze to the upside for Bitcoin. And then ultimately, which is what we talked about already, look at that. Look at what's up here. It's like, oh, it's like a shining beacon of light. Boom. 81% to the upside. So there's a lot of gains to be had to the upside. So very exciting about where we're at right now, right? So very exciting to see some positive momentum 2 weeks in a row. We did have a 2-week valley here of 2 red candles, but we could easily fill that. I mean, just filling that, even if we just got back up to that level and filled the top of this, how about a quad 01691? That would be beautiful. But I think we could actually push to the upside. And to give us a little more confirmation, let's go from here to the top of that candle, drag it out to the side a little bit. There we go. So we check on our fib here. So our fib level, it came down pretty close to the 618. And again, I'm only stretching this up to that weekly supply and demand zone here. And there we go. That's also the half measured move to the upside. Oh, we're only stretching it to here. So there is more downside that could be had to get to that 718 or the 618 level and tap. So that is something to keep an eye on. But this is the real move here that we want to see it arrive at the resistance line of our weekly supply and demand zone up there at the top. And you can see we were bouncing right here off that 0.70 line for Shiba Inu. So that'll be good news. But as we just discussed, we have lots of levels on the way up here. And those are based on a lot of key levels on the 4-hour time frames, all supply and demand levels. So keep those in mind. So let's recap those. We have a bottom resistance line, quad 0, 1595, if you want to write that down. We also have this one here, quad 0, 1474. And we have this one. This is our most pressing immediate one that we may tap again, because all we have to do is break through these two little resistance lines. That gets us back to quad 0, 1379. Okay, now jumping to Ethereum, and we'll take a look at this. So ETH just recently came and tested its support here off the 4 hours. What do we have going up here? Check this out. This is actually huge, like positive news. Yesterday, we had called out all the levels for Ethereum. Ethereum level, it popped. I mean, what's really exciting, if we take a look at this daily, we were down here, and we said if we move to the upside, we could have that level and we could take it out at 1674. So that must have been a 4-hour supply and demand level. Oh, no, it was a 1 hour. Okay, so we deep dove on that one. So that was the 1 hour supply and demand zone. That one broke that level. So that took out to this level here. That was at 1687. Is there a higher level that we went to here? So the next level up would be this one, giving us that. Okay, so that's where we're at now, is this level. All the way down the 1 hour. Let's check the 4 hour. Yeah, that's where it came to then. All right, so now we'll go ahead and remove this level here for now. Let's draw our 4-hour box on this candle. Turn it to red because it's 4 hours. And we're covering Ethereum here now. So you can see it did run from the support level here on the trend line all the way up to this 4-hour supply and demand. So look what this does for us here, guys. If this continues to rally, our next level up on the 4-hour charts is here, 1856. All right. And then, well, we do have another one right here as well. This one's pretty heavy too. That's 1884. So there's going to be some real heavy interference, because look what happens, right? So when you have a quick run down, it's possible to run up quick splash down. This one battled back for quite some time, but it was continuing to respect this trend. And now we've broken into this range. Go to Japanese candlesticks. It's holding it as support, which is really, really positive. And, you know, it could definitely get some volume in here and move to the upside. Let's see what we got on a smaller time frame trend line here. All right, so here, now we're on the 4-hour trend. It's also holding trend here. If this breaks trend, it could come back down and tap that. So if it breaks trend off of this is a 4-hour trend line, we could see a return back down to this 15. Well, let's find out where the supply and demand box is. It's right there. So our downside supply and demand box is here, that 1550 level. So if it doesn't hold support here, we could see a return to the 1550 range. That also gets us bouncing off of this much deeper daily supply or trend line that has been respecting that trend for quite some time. We have our other top side big trend, but that gets us all the way up to that $2,000 range. That's exciting, right? So if we continue making this move, and this is a sharp move, let's bring in the TDI, the RSI levels here as well. Okay, so the one thing that we can see here is, okay, so we had this big, massive 4-hour move to the upside, broke down. Continued moving up very nicely, very strongly. We are definitely oversold, right? Or sorry, overbought. We're overbought at the top here. We are also experiencing a bearish divergence. The RSI did not make a new higher high, but the price made a new higher high. So right now we're experiencing bearish divergence. We're running into some extreme situation here. Let's look at the 15 minutes. It's holding that trend line, but it's holding on for dear life right now. If this could break down, we could see a come back down here, hold support at 1690. That would be fine. And then a repower to the upside. So anyway, so that's what ETH has, a downside support level at 1550, and it has an upside breakout level all the way up here to 1856. So pretty exciting. I mean, that's a big move. And for ETH right now, that move there's 8% move. And then if we go back to daily, we take a look here, Japanese candlesticks from the bottom of here. Look at this. This was a good move. From here to where we're at now, it's already 17% move for ETH over the last 3 days. And it'll be a 24% move up to that supply and demand zone. So it has breached. Let's see if it holds and then pushes to the upside. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was an amazing move. Like, that was really exciting. You wake up this morning, check your charts, and you're like, holy frick, right? So starting at 20 last night, which was, what is that? 10 p.m., 10, 11, 12, 1. And then, so 1 o'clock here, boom, 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 keeps on pushing, keeps on pushing. Now we're running into a little bit of a flat line. This is on the 1 hour. We do have a bearish divergence. Price is still continuing to increase. And what else do we have here, guys? What else do we have here? You already know, fair value gap. Look at all of that fair value gap. But here's what's interesting. Look what it did to the upside, right? It came and filled this fair value gap that was there. And that one was created all the way back on August 26th. So long time ago. And it came and filled that up. But look what we have above us. We have some more fair value gap to fill that will also get us up here to this current trend line. And this trend line has been acting strong. Here's what's also cool. We take that trend line and we modify that one from there to the other last red candle. It broke through that trend. So if we go to 4 hours, there isn't even any red candles that I can use to find a new trend. So when it broke. That was a really solid break to the upside. So right now, it's kind of sitting in no man's land. Let's turn fair value. I mean, it could come back, clean out all of these, test this line again, and then break to the upside. Look at this. I mean, on the 4 hour, it's all the way up at 80. Bitcoin rarely, reaches that high. When's the last time it reached an 80? All the way back here. May 30th, 2020. May 30th. Let's look at that. What happened? May 30th range. Right in here. Let's take this and let's look at it. May 30th range. It had this massive pump here on the 4 hours. Look at left fair value gaps, came and closed them all out. Boom. On the way down, left fair value gaps, closed them all out. Boom. There's no way that these are still open. These are still open. Dang, check that out. There's fair value gaps to the upside. This is huge good news. There's fair value gaps to the upside all the way. There's just a ton of them. Bitcoin's gonna go up there and eat it like Pac-Man. Boom, 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 boom. Eat all this green, all these little green dots. Let's look at on the daily. So all these different levels to go up and just munch on. It's going to be exciting when that pump comes, man. There's also, I mean, don't get me wrong though, but let's turn that back on because look, there's fair value gaps all the way down as well. And there is some like legit fair value gaps that could come and still get filled that is below. I mean, this $12,000, $13,000 range, these are realistic. Getting down here, I don't see, I mean, you can't ever say never, but getting below $9,000, I don't think so. I think we're going to continue this short-term rally. We have the new moon cycle, and Bitcoin has been respecting it, right? Full moon pump, new moon crash, full moon pump, new moon crash. Even though they've been small moves, new moon crash, full moon is coming. We're already starting to pump. So the exciting thing is this: Bitcoin needs to run up and break out of this trend line, turn it as support, and it could really fly like we were talking about. So Here's our levels now. Let's go to, let's turn this off. Let's talk Bitcoin levels. Where are Bitcoin levels? So we're on the daily. We've broken this level, but we're back inside of it. Oh no, actually that was Ethereum. This one right here, this is daily. Yellow, yellow. All right, let's check Japanese candlesticks. It is full on out of that. Very exciting. Okay, back to Heikinashi's. Last candle before the down move gives us this guy. Okay, look at it. Tap, tap, tappity tap. And then the next level is here. Boom. All right, so that's our daily levels. So we have this level that it's already tapping inside of 21,307. 21,818 is to the upside. And then we have 24,151, the resistance before the top of 25,000. So let's jump to smaller time frame now, 4 hours. So we talked about this yesterday too. It needed to breach this breakout zone here, which it did, that 20,585. It got up into our current zone here. You can see all of this. It's just a mess, right? I mean, look at all of that different resistance there. Once it breaches there, then we have this candle right there, red for 4 hour. Let's go ahead and delete this one for the moment. Get rid of that. And then here is our 4 hour candle that we're in for supply and demand. We're actually not even there yet. So there's still room to the upside to get there. Obviously, it's all up in these, but there's still room to climb before it would be officially tapping on this 4 hour 21,556. And then after it breaches that, because that's the highest level, because you can see it's fighting through all this. You can see right now it's running into resistance. So it could come test, grab a bunch more orders, right? A bunch of people would love, a lot of people down here are like, oh no, I missed Bitcoin. I missed the next bull run. So if the price came back down, all those people are like, oh, I did it. Buy, buy, buy. Boom, shoots the price up. And then it can clear here. Then people are like, oh, wow, maybe I am missing the bull run. It starts collecting orders here, pushes up to that next level. Jumping over here to crypto panic. Let's look at what's trending right now. Terra comeback. Luna surges 166%. And unfortunately, it's already starting to fall again. Shiba Inu credential leak could have led to theft, token embezzlement, distribution of service. So we did disruption of service. We covered that article. Glad that did not happen. Cardano, always a bunch of Cardano stuff in here. Charles Hoskinson says Bitcoin should adopt Cardano's Ophelimius protocol. Dude, he names everything the craziest names. Charles, mad respect for the guy. And he's weird, which I kind of like too. He's like in Colorado. If you've ever watched one of his live streams, live from Colorado. So pretty cool dude. But Cardano Vassal upgrade, 15 exchanges confirm readiness for hard fork as whales load up on ADA. So if that's the case, right, people are accumulating ADA at 49 cents. Are they really though? We're going to find out. Right now, with all of this explosion, we could see cryptos move to the upside. So it's interesting to see all this. Shiba Inu news. Let's look here. What do we got? We already covered that one. Shiba Inu to Squid Pro. Shiba Metaverse team reveals this long expected piece as surprise to community. All right, let's take a look at this. In recent tweet, Shib the MV that represents Shib the Metaverse team on Twitter wrote, thank the community for attending the recent fireside chat conducted. Here, he also surprised Shib Army by presenting a concept artwork for the Temple Hub. So let's check this out. Get this a little smaller here. Thank you to all who attended this evening's fireside chat on SHIB Token Discord. We discussed we're all going to make it Temple for SHIB the Metaverse. As a surprise to the community, we are happy to reveal concept art and color for the hub. Here is the picture. Boom. All right, so we're all going to make it Temple. Very cool. Japanese-esque. Got the waterfall. Very zen. Very cool. Got the Shiba Inu statues cut out of these trees that were there. Just Maybe someone had a chainsaw, made those there. Pretty cool. And speaking of cool, let's jump over here to Bull Runners Club. By the way, woo, mint is tomorrow. Mint is tomorrow, the 10th. The official full moon, the official Bull Runners Club launch. Go mint the first 1,000. I mean, good luck to you. I hope you guys are all signed up for the VIP list. I hope you guys all got into the Bull Runners Club already. If you have not gotten the Bull Runners Club already, the first 1,000 people that are in the Bull Runners Club are on the white list. So if somebody on the white list doesn't mint one of those first 1,000 because they were sleeping, they were at work, or they just didn't really care, too bad, too sad, right? So if we have 5,000 people that are already in the club, well, we're going to see how many people mint the first 1,000. How quickly will that go? So really excited about every one of you guys getting an opportunity to be in the Bull Runners Club. It's so cool. I hope you guys watched yesterday's video where I showed you all the really great stuff that the website does. I'm excited for everybody.